What's up, guys? We are continuing the series of reviewing Code Geass. And so, just going back in, we're talking about episode 2. Now, of course, it's been a little bit of time since I've done this, about a week and a half since I've actually done it. I went back and watched episode 2 again before I started doing this video. And basically, I got a copyright strike, so I want to push off a little bit of releasing these and at least until they're resolved, so I know the adequate thing to do, so I don't get the strike. But here goes. So episode 2 starts in medias res, and I promise I won't go by play, but it picks up right after Lelouch gets his Geass power, and after he gets the guards to kill themselves. And it's actually, he's looking at the body of C2 and he's saying, well, the girl, and we're gonna leave it at the girl right now, and he says, why did you give me this power? What am I supposed to do? And it's never, oh my god, people killed themselves because I told them. No, the next thing he do, he meets a nightmare pilot, which turns out to be somebody very integral to the story. He convinces them to give him the nightmare, and it's off to the races. He immediately uses these powers to strike back against Japan and Prince Clovis. Now, once this gets going, Suzaku is picked up by this scientist, and I don't remember if they mentioned it now or whatever. I'm really bad with names, but he thanks him. He says you should be thankful that this watch saves your life, and the watch has significant, it is just implied significance to Suzaku. And he says, well, you know, when you want to be a nightmare pilot, and Suzaku says, I'm an 11, you know, we don't get to do these beneficial things. So you get a setup of Suzaku being basically a white knight. Going back to Prince Clovis and his generals, they're trying to close the net on the rebels. Again, this started with the rebels actually breaking out and stealing the quote-unquote nerve gas. And all of a sudden, the rebel in the Rogue Nightmare gets assistance. And the rebel in the Rogue Nightmare gets saved by a mysterious voice on the intercom. Of course, we know it's Lelouch. And Lelouch is using his intelligence. He's not just using his Geass power. And that's one of the great things about Lelouch. He's actually using his intelligence and his stratagem and his ability to lead people in order for them to do what he needs them to do. And he may complain about it, but he's in the heat of battle. And he's actually winning. Even though he barely knows the terrain, because this is the ghetto part, but I mean ghetto as in the segregated place where the 11s live. But it's just outstanding. And you know, he's actually using twists and turns until the Lancelot shows, piloted by Suzaku, and basically shows all his planning and can't stand against a man that has determination and almost just a reckless abandonment. The scientist says it. He says it like he's pushing it hard out the gate. And we find out later why Suzaku is using this power as much as he is, or using this push and drive as much as he is. But it all comes to a stalemate because the rebel, and I forget her name, she's so important. She actually pilots the Gorin, I think that's what they call it. She actually pilots it, and she gets away, and she's huddled with some refugees. And right when the army's about to close in, because Suzaku is, and that's another thing, Lelouch battles Suzaku. The main rebel, the girl battles Suzaku, and they push him off, and he's chasing Lelouch down, where Lelouch randomly shoots into a building, and it's kind of offhanded, but some people are falling, and Suzaku goes to save them, and that lets Lelouch break off, and Lelouch builds some respect for the pilot of the White Nightmare, and he gets away. The rebels are closed in, as I was saying a few moments ago, and right when it was about to be a massacre, a complete massacre, because they were already killing people in the ghetto indiscriminately, they get a message over the radio, and Lelouch is standing there in front of Prince Clovis after he's basically threatened him with bodily harm, not even using the Geass power yet. He walks up to him. He says, "Hi, brother. No wonder why you lost. It's me." And Prince Clovis is taken aback. And Lelouch tells him, "I'm going to change the world." That's where that second episode ends. You get more introduction of, important people to the story. You get more of the hatred that is bottled up inside of Lelouch, where he gets the power, he doesn't question, and he says, "Well, this is the tool that I need." And it becomes, these first two episodes really set the stage of what Code Geass is. Alright guys, thanks for this quick review. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you on episode 3.